I know now that travel's the best when the only map you need is the people around you. Curiosity is your compass, your curfew a sunrise. There's no dress code, no deadline, no boss, and no queue. Collecting moments. That's what travel's all about for me.
Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. I'm your host, Buddy Kunana. Tonight's topic is Intrepid Traveler. And joining us is Intrepid Traveler himself, Mr. Dave Bayarong, and he's the City Sports Olongapo head.
Yep.
Dave, welcome back to Philippines Uncut.
Thank you for having me back here in Philippines Uncut.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, we did a special on the coastal cleanup, which you guys led in Olongapo, and I have to say bravo.
Yeah,
thank you very much for the effort. Now, we're having you here in another capacity, and the title for our show tonight is Intrepid Travel, and this is something that I chanced upon on Facebook when I saw your feed, and it seems that you went on a very special adventure recently. But before we talk about that, let's talk about your background for the people who are just watching you now for the first time, Dave. Who is Dave Bayarong?
Well, I'm the City Sports head of Olongapo City, and I also host my own show in Olongapo City, where our weekly news and all of that. And also, I'm an avid traveler. I go around the country, even internationally, traveling and also trying to, try to make it cheap.
Nice, I know, because travel costs. I mean, everyone likes to travel, me especially, and if you can cut costs anywhere we can, that certainly makes it a lot easier for people to do so, no?
Oh, of course, every Filipino wants to cut a little bit of cash from their traveling.
Yeah. How long have you been traveling, Dave?
Well, actually, I've been starting traveling since I was in college. Being on that particular age, being a teenager, college days, you go all around, especially in the north, because I was back then studying in St. Louis University in Baguio City. So we go to La Union, San Fernando, we go to Ilocos, we go to Tuguegarao, Olongapo City, up until the south of Luzon, just traveling. And then time comes when you have your regular job and you have your regular income. That's the time you go further, you go out of the country and international.
But I understand that you really are an intrepid traveler because you've been traveling in a special way. Now, you've been hitchhiking.
Yes,
which is something that not everyone really does. Like I like to travel, but I have to say I've never really hitchhiked in my life. No? But what got you into hitchhiking?
Got me into hitchhiking was what everybody sometimes feels, that they don't have enough money to travel. Especially when I was in college. It started when I was in college. At the end of the month, or at the end of going to the finals of your exams, that's the time that most of the students are really stretched out with their budget.
Sure.
So at the end of it, there's pasalubong pa for your family and things like that, because I was studying in Baguio and going back home to Olongapo City. So my budget was really stretched. So a friend of mine told me, you can, there are truckers that the ones that gets their vegetables from Baguio City.
Sure.
And they're the one the logistics going to different cities in Luzon.
They bring it to to Manila, to
Olongapo, San Fernando, Olongapo, Zambales, and all that thing. So I said, where's that? And then it's at the back of Burnham Park. So I went there with all of my bags and then asked the truckers there, which truck here is going to Olongapo City? I said, that truck, okay. Where's the driver? So I said, that's the driver. So I told them, hi, I'm a student. I'm David. I'm a student. I don't have enough money. Can I hitch a ride from Baguio to Olongapo City?
Yeah.
And they okay. Are you okay to go at the back?
With the vegetables?
With the rest of the vegetables? Yeah, I'm okay. I don't have money. I can't complain. So I say, okay. And then I hitch there. And then, the thing is, some of these drivers, they think that, they're a bit rude, drivers, they're a bit rude, things like that. But they're really caring for other people.
And so you mean tell me that, most of the drivers that you approach as a student would take you on?
Would not only take me on, but because I've told them that I don't have any money, when they stop and take food, I mean, for them to eat,
They'll feed you pa.
they'll feed me pa. Oh, tara, let's go. Let's eat muna. No, I don't have money. No worries. I'll pay for it.
That's great. That's great. Now, I'll tell you why. I mean, this topic is something that's different because a lot of people have heard about hitchhiking, but a lot of people are also scared about doing it. No.
Yeah.
Because especially in recent times, hitchhiking, lalo na in America or the West, has been frowned upon because of the safety issues involved. Now, as a student doing this, did you ever feel any safety and security issues or any concerns for your own well-being?
No, actually, no. Actually, I felt that people are really receptive of people that are hitchhiking on the streets. I mean, not all. Those
Yeah.
are those people that really stop and ask for, oh, where are you going ba? We're going to here. We're just going to the city lang eh, inner city. Okay lang. Then we let them go. But the ones that are the people that lets you in their car or in the truck, they're really caring. I've asked pa nga, before I did this Olongapo to Tacloban travel hitchhiking.
This is the trip you did just recently. Yeah, a few weeks ago.
Just mentioning that because you mentioned because of the security and
Yeah.
things like that. I posted on Facebook before I even went to the hitchhiking from Olongapo to Tacloban, and I've asked some of the people in Facebook, it's a general post that I've posted, that is it possible for here in the Philippines to hitchhike, especially if it's from Olongapo City to Tacloban?
What was the response?
The response was, I didn't get a good response.
Like
meaning
don't
that
do
people
it,
were saying,
you're crazy.
Don't do it, you're crazy. You will never arrive in Tacloban, or the road is not safe.
Yeah,
don't do it.
yes,
the road is not
yes.
safe. A lot of crazy people out there, and you won't go there. It's very, very dangerous.
To just hitch a ride with some random person you meet on the road, no?
Yeah. So those are the comments that I get from that Facebook post.
Before you jump in that, Dave, so you told us about your experience with hitchhiking as a student, as a struggling student, and now years after, why did you do this trip from Olongapo to Tacloban? What was the purpose of this?
That's a good question, buddy. Because we were, if I can consider myself as a seasoned hitchhiker, even when I was in college up to now, today is a different situation in the Philippines because of all of the things that we see in the mainstream media, where there is a lot of killing, there's a lot of extrajudicial killing, which is now being tackled not only in media, social media, also in the Senate and in the House of Congress.
Yep.
And a lot of people are scared of is it still safe in the Philippines? What will happen to the Philippines right now, people? But for me, I say this is a social experiment for me to see if how safe is the Philippines. Would people still pick up random people in the streets, giving them a ride? No, would they trust people on the street giving them a ride?
No, I say, okay, as a student, you would go down to Olongapo and you would go to the terminal, basically in Baguio City, where all the trucks hung out and waiting for their produce to bring down to the lowlands. Now, that's how you do it. But with this trip now from Olongapo to Tacloban, which is a bit of a distance, that's a length.
Yeah, this is about
how long is that?
to be exact, it's 989 kilometers.
Imagine that.
Because from Baguio to Olongapo City is just about 200 kilometers. This one is about 989.
So how did you start that? How did you begin your journey? How did you get a ride?
Yeah, this one is a totally different one because not like in Baguio, you have a straight truck from Baguio to Olongapo City. This one you don't. No, so you have to stop from places to places. So we started in Olongapo City in about 7 o'clock. That was Friday night, 7 o'clock. And then we tried to hitch a ride. After 20 minutes of trying to flag some of the vehicles, somebody gave us a ride. And it was pouring rain because that was the time that a typhoon was coming in Luzon.
Yeah, so in contrast to the way you would do it as a student, where you would go to the terminal and approach the drivers, you knew they were there in Baguio City. In this case, you would just stand on the side of the road and do the, like the traditional thumbs, like
thumbs up,
you know,
Hitchhiking sign.
Hitchhiking sign, no? You would do that.
Yeah. We practically did it the whole way, just standing at the side of the road.
That's amazing.
Trying to, trying to flag all of these trucks, car, whoever passes by.
I think we have a short video that shows you guys flagging down a truck, no?
Yeah.
So we'll see that, and we'll see how Dave and his companion, travel companion, did it, hitchhiking from Olongapo to Tacloban. Let's have a video. Was that you flagging down a truck?
Actually, was me taking the video, and it was my companion, James Langsang, who has been a buddy of mine since we were in college, and he was with me from Olongapo to Tacloban.
Yeah.
He was trying to flag because there's we were trying to do a strategy where one of us is on the nearer end of where the cars are coming in and all the truck, and then there's another one at the far end. So that when the trucks, when he flags down the truck, I'll go a second flag, so that maybe because in the first flag,
it's too fast, right?
They might miss
say,
you and say, "Oh, what's this?"
Ay, sayang, or like that.
Sayang. And then they might decide another one when they see me on the second one. Oh, flagging. Okay, maybe they're okay. So at that instance, he was flagging it, and he flagged it just in time, and they've already stopped.
Okay. And so you did the whole Olongapo to Tacloban trip. Really, the whole trip was done hitching rides.
Hitching rides,
now,
yes, correct.
Were these rides mostly on commercial vehicles or private vehicles? Who would be the ones to pick you up?
The ones that would pick you up on the street would be commercial vehicles. Those are trucks, those are buses. Rarely, or probably 1:1,000 would a private vehicle stop for you to hitch a ride. Maybe because they are more, it's more secluded because it's either a car or an SUV.
Yes.
But probably pickup would do because they can put you at the back of the pickup bed.
Yeah.
But the truckers or the commercial vehicles, which are trucks, different kinds of produce in their back, they just, okay, you go to the back. Or if there are spaces in front, then you can just go, okay, be here in front na lang. But we as a traveler or hitchhiker, we prefer to be in front because we can talk to the driver. Where are you going? Maybe because we told you that we're going from point B, maybe you'll go further. So okay, maybe we can still negotiate a further ride rather than the first point that we.
Was there a time? So you guys would prefer sitting in front with the driver than in the back of the truck or whatever.
Yes,
no?
Definitely.
and was there a time that the driver said, no, you can't sit in front. You guys got to sit in the back, or else it's our way or the highway?
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of them do that,
Didn't want you to sit in front, no.
No, we won't sit in front if they ask us to sit at the back. No, because again, we are also trying to tell them that okay, we won't do it. We're safe people.
Yeah.
If you tell us to go to the back, we'll go to the back. No problem.
It's amazing because these aren't public utility vehicles, no. I mean, these are commercial vehicles, on a job, and here they see a random person waving. I mean, it's amazing that they would even stop.
I mean, a lot of these commercial vehicles won't even stop.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Why would they?
Probably it's about 50 to 1% who would stop.
Maybe if you're a pretty girl.
Maybe if you're a pretty girl, it's going to be 1 to 1%.
Yeah.
But based on our experience, it's about 1 out of 50. But then
1 out of 50 would stop.
That would stop, slow down, or stop.
Yeah.
But then you have to talk to them first. Where are they going?
Oh my gosh.
Is it going to be on the same way that you are? And it's just going to be probably 1 out of 10 who stopped that you're going to get in.
So how long would you stand in the corner, you and your buddy, your travel buddy? I mean, like before you
James,
go on the average, how long would you stand before someone actually stopped and
probably
gave you a ride?
A good time for us.
Yeah.
Would be about 15 minutes. That would be on an average. That means we're okay with that. That means it's a good ride. But if we stay there, sometimes we stay there for an hour and a half.
And nothing,
2 hours, and just nothing. So sometimes we just flag somebody, oh, dito lang kami. We're about 3 kilometers okay na yun. We're gonna be okay as long as we're not here. Anywhere but here. Something like that.
Amazing. Just get us further down the road, and you know,
yeah.
as you said, anywhere further down the road is better than staying in one place.
Yeah,
no?
yeah, yeah.
And then Dave, I think we have a video of you in the truck and talking to the truck driver, just to give the viewers an idea of what goes on, what went on with you guys in there interacting with these random strangers picking you guys up. So let's have that video of Dave Bayrong and the truck driver on his epic journey along the Tacloban.
Alright, so hindi tayo ngayon sa bus nila kuya at papunta tayo sa Paranas. Galing tayong Calbayog, papunta tayong Paranas. At yan, nakasama natin sila kuya. Alright, James, sila kuya. Kuya, sabi nyo kanina nakita nyo na kami 3 beses na eh. Saan nyo kami unang nakita? So may Dansol sa Dansol.
This Sorsogon pa.
Sorsogon
pa tayo rin nakita. Nasa Visayas na tayo ngayon, sa Luzon pa lang yun.
Nakita na kami nila kuya sa ano pa lang, sa may Sorsogon, sa may Dansol, sa may diversion papuntang Bulan. Papuntang Bulan, tapos nakita niyo ulit kami sa may Bulan na, no? Papuntang Matnog. Anong sabi niyo nung nakita
Dave,
niyo?
nice video. And you know, we heard the conversation that you guys had with the drivers, and it seems that these guys had seen you several times already.
Actually, we've known about it when we were already in the front of the truck.
Yeah.
The first time that they let us in was, okay, they said, okay, go to the back of the truck. But then that was already in Calbayog, Samar. In Calbayog, Samar. So midway of the summer trip, no? And it started raining, so they stopped and they said, okay, go here at the front na lang. So we went to the front and we talked to them. I mean, oh kuya, thank you for letting us in. And then they said, actually, we saw you Luzon pa lang in Sorsogon.
They saw you on the side of the street.
We saw you at the side of the street at Dansol, Sorsogon. You were trying to wave us. You were trying to flag us. And we were thinking, who are these guys? You know, are they crazy trying to flag some of the trucks?
Yeah.
And then they just passed us by, didn't mind us, and then suddenly they saw us again. This is around 7 o'clock in the evening at Bulan, Sorsogon. This is about 1 town away from Matnog, where we have to ride a ferry going to Samar. No, it was 7 o'clock. And they saw us again, flagging them.
And they didn't stop yet.
No, they didn't stop again. Here are the 2 people again. You know, they don't look like an ordinary people because they dressed okay. They have a good, equipment on them. They look like climbers or mountain climbers. Or he was saying that I think these guys are on a mission or something like that. So they just drove by and didn't bother even slowing down or.
So why did they pick you up the third? 3 times the charm. Why did they pick you up the third time?
The third time, I mean, they saw us twice in Luzon. Now we're in Visayas. So it's the next day. Now we're in Visayas. We've hitched a ride from Allen. We've hitched a couple of rides going to Catbalogan. Now we're in the corner of Catbalogan going to Tacloban na. They passed by and then they saw us again. So when we flagged them down, they start slowing down. So we run, as like the first video where how we hitch a ride. We run and then ask them, oh, can we hitch a ride? Oh, sige, climb at the back. So we climb at the back. And then when we talk to them, sabi namin, why did you pick us up now?
Yes,
now. They told us that we saw you twice na in Luzon eh. Now we were thinking, I was telling to the driver, oh, eto na naman tong dalawa. Oh, here's the 2 guy again we saw in Luzon. We should pick them up now. Kasi I think they have a mission or they have a challenge. The first impression that they had when we come in, the first question, are you guys missionaries? Or things like that, Mormons or other religions. No. We're just trying to hitch a ride from Olongapo to
So definitely with this thing, I mean, there is an apprehension on both parts now, on the part of both the people picking you up and also you guys, wondering, are these safe, are these okay people that we're going to hitch a ride with, no? So, what advice can you give to people who are, who would like to try this? Because I guess being presentable and looking decent and nice I mean, has a lot to do with has a lot to do with the success rate of getting picked up, no?
Oh yeah. I mean, for me, my advice to people is just to be honest with these drivers, no? Just tell them that you want to hitch a ride, even if it's not a truck, even if it's a bus.
No, but Dave, the problem is people even stopping to get a car to stop. I mean, like, to be honest with you, if someone does that on the road, waves me, some random stranger in the middle of nowhere, I'm not gonna stop. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just for general safety concerns. No? So, what advice can you give to people who would like to do this and like to increase their chances of not staying 2 hours maybe on the side of the road?
Okay. They need to work. They need to work their legs. No. This trucks won't really stop. But the thing that you do, that's why we have two of us. We have that certain strategy that we did, where one is flagging and then he's gonna run after the truck, and somebody's flagging as well in the other end.
You know what my strategy would be? I would get like a really beautiful gal pal to come along with me, and I would hide in the back and let her stay there. And I guarantee you,
just don't put
I
your leg
guarantee
out
you-
like that.
I
where
guarantee you,
see
maybe
the
every
movie.
other car would stop. Okay, most memorable experience in this journey.
Well, the most memorable experience is probably one that we flagged one truck, and it's a flatbed truck with a high wall on their flatbed, and then they stopped, and then we tried running, and then we climbed, but the problem is we couldn't really climb that fast because it was really high, and then the truck started going.
Yeah.
So we were like hanging there for about 5 minutes, trying to say, "Oh, stop! We're gonna fall over." If we fall over, there's another vehicle at the back. One thing you fall over, you're dead.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
and it's really dangerous. One thing, it's risky, but it's not that I'm trying to encourage people saying that, oh, you go hitchhiking just for you to cut cost on your travel. This one is for emergency. Sometimes you get robbed.
Sure,
you get,
sure.
You get
Sure,
pickpocket.
sure. Your car breaks down.
Your car
Yeah.
breaks down. You don't have any money in your pocket. How will you go to point A to point B just for you to be safe, or just for you to get help, or just for you to go to your destination? So
Any plans of going on a longer hitchhiking road trip, maybe Manila to Davao?
That's one of the things that we are trying to consider. Maybe, but at the end of November, we are trying to, or at the end of October, we are looking at going to a shorter distance, which is Baler, Olongapo to Baler. But probably next year, we're gonna go to, hopefully, either Cebu or Davao, but going to a different route. This one is from Batangas, and then we go to Mindoro, Aklan, Iloilo, Bacolod, Cebu to Davao.
Wow. Well, I hope you document that and put it all on Facebook and YouTube, so people
Yeah,
will see.
yeah.
It's very interesting, and then I mean, it's like off the beaten track
Yeah.
type of travel, and
Yeah.
something that some people would be interested to do. I myself would probably give it a shot one of these days.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can come with us anytime.
Dave, before we go, any last words to our viewers?
Well, to all of our viewers, I mean, this adventure that we had from Olongapo to Tacloban was really a social experiment to see if people driving or either private vehicle or other vehicles would still have trust in the people that they meet in the streets. But generally, as a lot of people say, that Filipinos are very, very caring, and they would give you a ride. So you just have to ask properly, you just have to ask nicely, and they will give you a ride.
I guess in hitchhiking, it's not the destination. It's the journey
It's
that
the
matters.
journey that
Bravo,
matters.
bravo. Okay, nice.
The people that you meet, the places that you go through, and the culture that you will see.
Very good. Dave, thank you so much for coming to the show, and good luck to you and your, of course, coastal cleanup, your sports development in Olongapo, and of course, your future hitchhiking trips,
Thank
which
you.
we'll be monitoring following.
Oh, yeah.
Olongapo to Touchwood, all the way to Mindanao.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you very
So
much.
guys, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show on Intrepid Travel, but before I go, I'm going to leave you with a very nice video of David Bayarong and his trip from Olongapo to Tacloban to show you guys that you never know who you will meet when you go hitchhiking in the Philippines. See you next week.
Seen or we felt na some people just really want to help.
Yes.
No, and it's good. I think
I
it's
think it's a Filipino trait, you know. We're very courteous. We try to help other people.
Mm. Yeah. Actually, we had doubters. Before we started the journey, I posted something on Facebook,
Yeah.
and then asked a lot of the Facebook viewers that I have that is it possible to do hitchhiking from Olongapo City to Tacloban, and it's about 1,000 kilometers, and they were saying na no, it's not possible. Probably in the States it's okay.
Hitchhiking kasi is not really a norm in the Philippines. Normally sa ibang bansa lang yan. But here it's unusual.
It's really unusual. Pero I mean, amidst the things that is happening right now,
Yeah.
alam mo maraming mga tao that are really sinasabi lang hindi medyo okay ngayon mag-travel because of all of that. Pero we've traveled and we've gone from Olongapo City to Tacloban.
It was successful.
And it's successful. So hoping to have another one going to Mindoro, Aklan, Iloilo, Bacolod to Cebu next time. I think that's gonna be, or Batanes, why not?
Sea trip naman dun.
Sea trip naman, oh. So thank you Mayor Gomez.
Sige, good luck in your next expedition.
Thank you Ate Yancy James. Alright, so we're in Manila and in about 3 hours we'll be back in Olongapo City, so we'll see you guys.